Men admire other men, but women hate other women. Yeah, this is an absolute truism. Every culture, country, period of history, men will admire other men. Men will think that other men are cool, but women will hate other women. I mean, it won't be just that they hate them, they will actively try to bring about their downfall. Whereas men are the opposite. When men come across a guy who's just like admirable, who's got qualities that we respect and wish that we ourselves had, we admire him, we want to be part of his team. We look up to him, we think he's a hero. Women don't. Women do not. The reason I'm laughing my supervillain laugh is because I've seen so many times where women have tried to screw each other over. Yeah, a woman will hate another woman when she comes across a woman who's better than her. She will do everything in her power to pull her down. And this is why women try their level best to all be the same. And this is interesting. It's interesting insofar as politics is concerned and a whole host of other issues. See, women do not want there to be an imbalance among women. They want all the women to be more or less the same, to handicap all the women so that they're all more or less the same. I mean, as if they're playing golf or something like that, yeah? Women want that, and they enforce it. They enforce it by way of gossip. They enforce it by way of subtly putting other women down. And it's really interesting. See, when one woman sort of like stands out, it's not just that one other woman will like, shoot daggers at her. No. It's all the women in the social group. They will all try to pull her down. And they will get this weird satisfaction when that woman who was high up there, who was a little bit higher up than the rest of them, when that woman is pulled down and crashes and burns, all the other women in her social environment will be happy for it. Compare that to men. Men get no satisfaction when somebody that they admire, somebody that they respect, somebody that they look up to, when that guy crashes and burns, we perceive it as a tragedy. We look at it and we say, oh man, this guy, this hero that we thought was just aces, he went down the toilet, this, that, and the other happened to him, or he did this and that, and he just spiraled and crashed and burned, and oh man, that happened. And we all commiserate. Yeah, we all commiserate, and we feel bad about it. We feel bad to the degree that we admired and respected another man who was higher up than us on the totem pole. And this goes to evolution. See, among all animals, and especially men, we need to find our hierarchy. We need to find the pecking order. Who's at the top, who's at the bottom, and where do each of us fit in? And the weird thing is that, see, it's not so much an issue of like, we need to dominate and we will crush our opponents as we relentlessly climb up. No, it's subtler than that. A lot of times we're interested in knowing exactly where we stand in the hierarchy because we want to feel that we fit in with the group, with the other guys, with the hunting party, because that's where it came from, okay? And see, a lot of times we will sort of like accept the fact that we're not the top dog, we're the second or maybe even the third tier guy. But if we feel respected by the other people at our level and the people above us, as well as those below us, we'll be satisfied. We'll feel ourselves just, fine. But women aren't like that. The weird thing is that women are far more competitive insofar as the social hierarchy is concerned. And therefore, they've come to this weird, mutually assured destruction kind of situation. Well, let me explain. See, a woman's weapon is gossip. A woman's weapon is talking to other people behind the object's back, whosoever that object may be, that object of criticism, that object of trying to pull that person down, be it male or female, by the way. Gossip is a woman's weapon and trying to elicit resentment from the other women in the social group. That's why women gossip. And they have done this since time immemorial because it's built in, hardwired. You see? Because women are just as competitive as men, but different. Because you see, men from an evolutionary perspective realize that if they relentlessly fought one another, they'd wind up killing each other off. And everybody would be dead because of men's greater strength and propensity to physical violence. And so in our evolution, it's built into our DNA that once we realize who is at what position in the pecking order, we accept it. You look at dogs, the exact same thing happens with dogs. I'm comparing men to dogs, by the way. So don't give me, YouTube, if you're watching this, don't give me any garbage that I'm being misogynistic. I'm being, if anything, misandrist. When I say that we men are like dogs, we need a social hierarchy. And once we figure out where we fit into the social hierarchy, we accept it because we want that acceptance. We want to feel that we belong and fit in. But women have an actually stronger drive to compete, and since they don't have the recourse of physical violence, and so there's no real possibility of outright killing one another, their competition is paradoxically more relentless. They won't stop until they have pulled that top dog, that woman who's at the top of the hierarchy, until they have pulled her down. And precisely because we accept our position in the hierarchy among men, we men will look up to men who are higher up and want to emulate them. And we won't be resentful of them. Not at all. We will accept the fact that that guy, he's just better. He's a better athlete. He runs faster. He's a more charismatic personality. He's smarter than us. Whatever the quality is that makes him above us, we will accept it. We will admire it. We will want to be like him. Like, the stupid, be like Mike. Remember that song, right? About being like Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player ever. Were men resentful of him? No! On the contrary, every little kid wanted to be like Mike, and every grown man admired and respected him, and there was no issue of resentment. But women are not like this at all. A woman hides evil when she smiles. Well, that's a truism. Absolutely. See, women, when they come across another woman who's superior to them, or worse yet, has latched on to a guy who's superior to their own, the resentment, the hatred, wanting to pull her down. If a woman in her social milieu marries a higher status guy, all the other women want to pull her down. And they will hate the guy, not because of the guy, but because he's higher status than their own men. And if the guy is married or going steady or whatever in a relationship with some woman of the social group, those women will try to seduce that guy. They will try to steal that guy from that woman, from that higher status woman. It's a truism. It has happened always. Women will do whatever it takes to best another woman, one of their peers, who has risen above. They can't help themselves. And it can cause a lot of damage. You're a quality guy. You got stuff going for you in your business, your career, whatnot. And you're dating some girl. And her friends, you'll find that her friends will start hitting on you. And you'll say to yourself, no, they're not hitting on me. That's not possible. I'm just like some pervert. They couldn't possibly be hitting on me. They are definitely hitting on you. Because see, us guys, if we see our buddy, John, dating some supermodel, we're happy for him. It's the rare guy who's the douchebag who will try to, steal John's girlfriend. The rare douchebag, and we all despise that douchebag. But among women, all of a girl's girlfriends will try to steal her man if that man is clearly superior to their own. All of them, no exception. You're a quality guy, and you think to yourself, I can't believe it, but I think that, my girlfriend's friends tried hitting on me. They did, and they will be happy to sleep with you if they can. And yeah, you think that they're just fooling around, that it's just playful flirting, that it's just nothing. No, it's deadly serious. They want to take you off the hands of your girlfriend. That's what they want to do. Because women are competitive. They're just more subtle about it. They're just more quiet about it. Understand what's going on. Understand why a woman's friends can be the source of enormous problems, okay? Understand that a woman's friends want ill for her. They don't want her happiness. They don't want her to live happily ever after. No, 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 no. And if that means taking you off your girlfriend's hands, they'll do it. If that means talking trash about your girlfriend, if that means making up lies and feeding them to you so that you feel that your girlfriend is not who you thought she was or whatnot, it's going to happen. Because that's how women are. Understand it. We have a weird situation that's going on right now in the culture. It's basically a neo-Victorianism. Because see, back in the Victorian era, the Victorians looked at women like these little angels. Like they were like these perfect little angels who had come down to earth from heaven and were here gracing us all with their presence. Now, we of course, during modernism, the 20th century and whatnot, that's sort of like faded out. But now with feminism, it's faded back in. And feminism acts as if women are like these perfect little creatures who would never wish harm on anybody. These perfect little creatures that are, they came down from heaven to earth. Yeah, and they walk among us. These angels called women. Oh yeah, that's what feminism tells people. It's not true. Women are human beings. Women have drives and ambitions. They have agency. And a lot of times that agency drives them to do things that are really despicable, but it happens. It happens all the time. It happens so often that it's a commonplace. Recognize what's going on. Understand women. Understand women and what drives them. Ultimately, women, like men, like all human beings, we are animals. We are animals. We are primates. The chimp at the zoo, the gorilla in the jungle, those are our cousins. And we act the same way. We dress it up with language and culture and science and technology and all the rest of it, but it's the same principle. It's survival of the fittest, the relentless drive for reproduction. That's what's going on. Never forget it.